Hello and welcome to the third section of our Criminal Legal Aid Reforms and Litigator Fee webinar. This section is going to be centred around the sending hearing fixed fee, which came into force on the 19th of October 2020. The sending case payment is applicable for all cases where the rep order is granted on or after the 19th of October 2020, where it is a case on indictment that has been sent from the Magistrates Court to the Crown Court for trial. The case will affect indictable only matters which are sent via Section 51, and also cases which are either way offences where the Magistrates Court decline jurisdiction and send the case up to the Crown Court. It will not be applicable on cases where the defendant has elected for a Crown Court trial. The fee itself, it's claimable as part of your Magistrates Court claim. Now, this Magistrates Court claim is done on a monthly basis via the system known as CWA. I'm just going to share my screen so you've got a little bit more information to hand. So just bear with me. I'm just going to share. Just going to share a little slide. Right. So on slide 12 of the accompanying training pack, you'll see that there is a link to the CWA guidance, which is just down here, and the appropriate claim code that you would use on CWA to claim this fee is PROW. You also need to ensure that you're claiming the correct claim outcome code, which is CP27 for cases which are either way offences, and CP28 for cases that are indictable only offences. So the fee itself is a fixed fee amount of £181.40, and that is exclusive of VAT. So if you're VAT registered, the VAT is claimable on top of that amount, and it is for the actual sending hearing fee itself. So the sending hearing fee is for the actual sending hearing itself. So it doesn't matter how many defendants you represented in that case at that sending hearing. If it's one or if it's five, it's still that fixed fee amount of £181.40. There is no way that you can escape this mechanism, so it's just a standard fixed fee amount. There's no way that you can actually claim any more or any less than the fixed fee amount for that sending hearing payment. On slide 13, which I'm just going to share with you now, we have introduced a useful table which lays out some of the key scenarios that you might be faced with and the number of sending hearing payments that you can claim. So in terms of co-defendants, if you have defendants that appear at different sending hearings but are part of the same case, so say if Nicola and I were part of the same case and we've both been indicted on we've both been charged with the same offence, but I appear on the Friday and Nicola appears on the Saturday morning and you represent us both, you would get a sending hearing fee for representing both of us. You get one for each defendant because we've appeared on different dates. If, however, Nicola and I go and we are charged and then we are both sent up on the same day on the Friday, you would just be able to claim one fee. Similarly, if you have cases where there is that are going to be split into two separate indictments because there are two different sets of offences. If they've all been sent up on the same day, it would be one fee. If they're sent up at different times, it would be two fees. Finally, the sending hearing fee, it's only applicable for cases that are on indictment. So if you do have a defendant who is charged with a number of offences and they might plead guilty to some in the Magistrates Court, not guilty to other offences, and also might be committed for sentence from the magistrates to the Crown Court, you can only claim the sending hearing fee for the offences that are sent up to the Crown Court for trial. It would not apply to cases that have been committed, the offences that have been committed for sentence, and it would not apply to the cases that have the offences that have stayed in the Magistrates Court. It's only for the ones that have been sent to the Crown Court for trial. If you do have offences that have remained in the Magistrates Court, of course you're entitled to claim your Magistrates Court hearing fee for those offences as normal, but you wouldn't be allowed to claim the sending hearing fee for those offences. As I say, there is more information on slide 13 of the pack, which you should be able to see behind me. I'm just going to stop sharing my screen because we don't need to see the slides anymore, so just bear with me a second. There we go. And finally, just to clarify that the sending case payment is claimable by the litigator only. It can't be claimed by the advocate. It is set fixed fee amount of £181.40. This equates to the equivalent of 4 hours work done in the magistrate's court. It doesn't matter if the sending hearing lasted a minute or if it lasted 8 hours, it's still a set amount of £181.40. As I mentioned before, there is no escape mechanism, and also it is exclusive of VAT. So if you are VAT registered, please ensure that you claim VAT on top of that. That just about covers the sending hearing payment for us. What I will do now is just alert you to slide 16 of the packs, which concludes our short presentation today. So slide 16, it just has some useful information on where you can go for further information, and also how you can contact us. So if you just have a quick look at slide 16, it does have a lot of information of how you can contact us for general queries in terms of unused material over 30 hours, and also the sending hearing fees. As you'll see, there are separate email addresses there, and also we do have the links to the Crown Court fee guidance and the criminal legal aid remuneration regulations, as well as the LU1 form that Nicola went through in section 2. That concludes our presentation for today. So thank you for listening, and I hope you found it useful. If you do need to get in touch with us, please refer to slide 16 and go through the appropriate method. Thank you.